I didn't cook fancier meals. So I'm 25 and my husband's 27. We got my little brother living with us too because our parents passed when he was 6, plus we have our daughter. I'm the only one who cooks. Like literally the only one. My husband can barely make scrambled eggs without burning them. I've tried teaching him like 100 times, but he just waves me off and says he's not a cooking person. Which is cool, I guess, except it means I'm making 3 meals a day for 4 people while also working full time. I set up this system to keep myself sane. Breakfast is eggs or cereal, lunch is sandwiches or leftovers. Dinner is one of like 10 dishes I rotate through. Spaghetti, tacos, chicken and rice, stuff like that. Sundays I'll do something different if I have energy, but mostly I stick to what works. Last Tuesday I made pasta Alfredo with chicken. Nothing crazy, just noodles and sauce and grilled chicken cut up on top. We're eating and my husband goes, "You know what would be nice? If you made fancier dishes sometimes." I looked up from my plate. "What do you mean fancier?" "Like, you know, more variety, different meats, maybe some of those recipes you see online." I just stared at him. "You want me to cook more complicated stuff?" "Yeah, would be cool to switch things up." I didn't say anything else, just finished eating. Saturday rolls around and we're doing groceries. I'm going down my usual list, but then I start adding stuff. Got some ingredients for this beef stew recipe I saw, grabbed stuff for homemade pizza dough, picked up spices I've never used before. My husband's following behind me and I can see him getting twitchy. His jaw's doing that thing where he clenches it when he's annoyed. We get to the meat section and I start looking at the different cuts of beef because the stew recipe needs chuck roast. That's when he snaps. He reaches into the cart and starts pulling things out, just straight up taking stuff out and putting it back on random shelves. "What are you doing?" I asked. "We can't afford your fancy living." I blinked at him. "You literally asked me to make fancier meals 4 days ago. I didn't mean go crazy with it. This is too much. These are the ingredients I need for the dishes you wanted." He rolled his eyes. "You're being dramatic." I watched him take out the beef, the fancy cheese, the fresh herbs. He left the basics and walked toward the checkout like nothing happened. I stood there in the meat aisle for a solid minute just looking at the cart. Then I grabbed the beef again, threw it back in, and followed him. At checkout, he saw the beef. His face went red, but there were people around, so he didn't say anything. We loaded the car in silence. Got home and I made my regular chicken and rice that night. He ate it without looking at me. Sunday came around. I made my usual pancakes for breakfast. He asked why I wasn't making the stew. "Can't afford fancy living," I said. Monday was spaghetti, Tuesday was tacos, Wednesday was the Alfredo again. Thursday, he finally cracked. "Are you serious right now? You're really gonna be petty about this? You took the ingredients out of the cart. You said we couldn't afford it." "I meant you were going overboard." "Then maybe say that instead of asking for fancier meals and then getting mad when I try to make them." He went quiet. Then he tried a different approach. "Look, I just thought you could do something different with what we already have. That's not how cooking works. Different dishes need different ingredients. We'll figure it out. You're the one who cooks." And there it was, the real thing. He wanted fancy food but didn't want to pay for it, help with it, or learn how to do it himself. I've kept making the same 10 dishes since then. He hasn't brought it up again, but he sighs real loud every time I serve dinner now.